Hey guys, welcome back to another video and welcome back to my makeup diaries, where I'm gonna share with you 7 different looks that I've worn in the past 7 days and tell you a little bit about what kind of products I'm using, what looks I'm wearing obviously, and how is my collection going. I usually try to mix like older products with newer products, trying to rotate, so hopefully you're gonna see hopefully you're gonna see a lot of different makeup in this video. So today I have my BYOP, and this is a palette that I made based on a big Pinterest picture for me a while ago on Instagram. I posted like a little reel asking you to help me pick up a picture that I should try to come up with a BYOP for, and you guys picked one that I might even pop it on the screen, that I inspired myself with. I think I'm gonna create at least 1 or 2 more by the end of May, because I am really liking this idea. But yeah, this is the color story, and today I use like the orangey pinks. I've been really enjoying this color story, and I didn't really know what I'm gonna do, but then I found this little necklace. No, not necklace. How's it called? Bracelet. Yeah. That I've got from a friend a while ago, and I just love this color story. And also I have this very like lesbian coded sweater, so I decided to go for a full-on look. But let me tell you about what I used first. So first up, I have my matcha cookie shade from the Merry Christmas Pie by Udens Eye, mixed with my Chromebook Volume 2 by DD Signature and the shade Akuri to use in my brows. By the way, I don't know what I did, but it was in my suitcase and this happened. And I don't know why, because like it never happened with any of my palettes, and I don't know. Anyways, so that then got to be brow gel. I think yesterday I'm definitely using it for the last time because I can't. Well, maybe there is more product. Like, I always think that there isn't, and then I find more. Then I have this Spectre Paints by Glisten on my eyes as a primer. This one is a white base because these like pastels really pop on that. And let me actually find the shades that are here because I wrote that down. Yeah, here. Because I don't remember all of the shades, especially the ones that are from Glam Shop. So, in the first half, I used the shade Pokemon Center. This is from the Pokemon palette by Colourpop. And let me actually zoom you in. So, it's the Pokemon Center. Then I have this shade, which is from Glam Shop. It's called Pomerantza, I think. That's how I pronounce that. And it's from the Alter Ego palette. It's a depotted shade. And then all over on the lid, I have my NYX Glitter Primer. In the second half, I have the Mango Sorbet by Mika Beauty Shop. It's a beautiful multichrome. And I don't know if you can see that, but I have a pan. I mean, I knew that that's gonna happen probably. That's why I put that here. Most of these shimmers are here because they were the best for the color story, and also I knew that I could hit a pan. This one, I haven't used it that much, but it is like, it's a shade that I use all over the lid, and it's very squishy. Then I have Andromeda by Terra Moons on the first half of the lid, and this one already had a pan from my previous BYOP, but I just really love Andromeda, and I haven't been giving it that much love last year, especially in the second half of the year, so now I'm kind of compensating. And then I have Terra Moon's Charon, and this one is so close to pan. I'm gonna use it tomorrow definitely because it's the only inner corner shade, and I think I'm gonna hit a pan based on like the Andromeda. It should hit a pan tomorrow, I don't know if I haven't said yesterday, but tomorrow, when I'm gonna do another look with this, I want to do 2 looks with this color story. And that one is in the inner corner. Then I used my Rimmel Kind and Free concealer in the shade Tan Fair. I mixed 2 waterline pencils. So in the front, I have this cream gel liner from Colourpop, and it's in the shade Amethyst Hour. Is that possible? I think it is, but I can't remember right now. And all the text is gone from this one because I've used it so many times. Like I've used it like 60 times, I think. Then I have the Revolution Streamline eyeliner pencil in the shade Orange. In the second half of the waterline, I have the Essence / Princess mascara. Then I have this Moon Water Activated Liners by Holograph Cosmetics, and this one is in the version Symmetry Sunset. And I've used these 3. So I have this one over here, then the pink over here, and then the white for the little hearts. And it's just so pretty. I love these shades, and the white one has such a huge dip because for a while this was my only white, or like my most white eyeliner, so I would use it a lot. So that's that one. Lips, I have my Perfect Shade from Essence. Is the Essence 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade The Perfect Shade. And for the last time, I'm using the Oden's Eye and Angelica Nyquist glowy lipstick from the Halloween collection, and it's the shade Radioactive because I can't take the stopper out. I wasn't successful in trying to take it out, and I don't think this would be a good idea anyways because this is like very, like it's kind of oily formula, and if this would leak somewhere, that would be a disaster. I've already used it like 60 times this year, and it already had a lot of use prior that I haven't like counted, but it had a lot of use, and now I just, like there's really nothing on the applicator. So this one is done as well. Oh, and blush and highlighter, I almost forgot. So I have my Spring Magic by Unearthly because I just, I haven't really used her that much this season. And that's really a shame because last year it was like one of my favorite palettes, and it still is. I just have so many other things that I'm focusing on. And with my palette crush of the month, it's slightly harder. But I used the shade Flourish as a blush. It's a gorgeous blushy color. It's like a very soft, just like barely there blush, but if you are scared of like vibrant blushes but you still want to use that, this is such a perfect shade. And then I used as a highlighter the shade Lush, and I topped it with the shade Warmth. They're both like pinky orange, but this one is way warmer and this one is just like softer, and it creates the most beautiful, stunning highlight. Like it's such a strange formula in a way because on the eyes it's so sparkly and incredible, but then on the face, like it's just very healthy looking. Like I would expect to have like full-on metallic cheeks, but I don't, and it just makes me very happy that this formula can do both. And I think that's everything for this look. So yeah, one last close-up. Let me know what you think. I just love these looks. I've been wearing like iterations of these looks so often lately because it's just pretty. It just makes me happy. It's, I just love like that kind of lesbian color story. It's so perfect for summer. Just chef's kiss. So yeah, that's everything. Let me know what you thought about this look, and now let's get into the other ones. Hey guys, so here's another look, and today I just went with like really simple tealy yellow because I really love this combination, and also I really didn't have time in the morning, so I just kind of slapped the first color combination that I kind of looked at. So let me kind of zoom you in. So for brows, I used the Hela palette by Oden's Eye, which is my Shop My Stash pad for April, and I've used this brown in my brows. It's called Decay, and I think it's a really nice brown. I feel like it fits nicely. And I haven't used this shade in a while for anything, so I just wanted to use it in my brows. And then I have the Got2b Brow Gel, my Wet n Wild Mega Last Eyeshadow Primer. Then I used my Cosmic Beauty Delicious Delights palette. And I have only two matte shades on my eyes. I have Buttercream in the first half of the lid, and then Lollipop. Is that Lollipop? Yes. Lollipop in the second half. And it's kind of... No, I actually also have Minty to blend it out to my brows. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, 3 matte shades for the look. And I don't know if I mentioned that I have the Wet n Wild Mega Last primer, and then I have the NYX glitter primer, and I have the shade Fizzy on the outer half of my lid. This is a very beautiful shade, and it looks very unassuming in the pan, but honestly it is quite sparkly. And then for the first half of the lid, I have my Pendos Eyeshadows shade, which is the shade Slay from Blem Bunny and Lin's collab. This is the palette that they had. And I think I've hit a pan, but also I'm not sure because this shit, it's kind of hard to know if it's a pan or not. Yeah, I'm gonna use it a couple more times to just like be sure, which is absolutely no problem because I love this shade. It is so pretty. Like it is really pretty. I think there's kind of a huge dip, but it's also hard to tell because like I can see like flakiness here, which I think is just like the way that I've like dipped into it. But because of the shade and the flip, it looks flaky. But yeah, I'm not completely sure if I'm being honest. It's kind of confusing. But it's a beautiful shade. I love this shade so much. So that's that. And in the inner corner, I have the Hella palette, and I have the shade Double Sided. This one, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous inner corner shade. And since I've hit a pan last time that I used this palette, I just, I can just use it as much as I want now, since it already has a pan. So this palette will not be pristine anymore. Then I have this Revolution Streamline eyeliner in the shade Yellow. So if I'm kind of like confused, but I've been outside for a really long time today on the sun for like one of my subjects at the uni, and I think I got like, I don't know if I'm sunburned or if it's just, I also haven't really eaten too much or drank too much today, or like at all pretty much. So yeah, I just think I'm slightly sick. But anyways, since I still feel kind of okay, we're just gonna finish up this video. Then I have the Rimmel Kind This Way, Kind and Free concealer in the shade Ten Fair. And yeah, I hope I'm gonna get out of I hope I'm gonna use it up soon because I don't have the stopper there anymore to like be able to use it up, but then all the product is kind of leaking now, and I have to be like very careful, and it has to be standing up all the time, which obviously doesn't happen because it's like very tall and slim, so it constantly falls down and it's just a mess. So I hope I'm gonna be able to use it up soon because it just annoys me at this point. Then I have the Essence Lash Princess mascara. For blush, I have my Franken blush. This one is the Gingerbread from Merry Christmas palette by Udensai, Frankened with Essence All About Matte setting powder. I know it might be like annoying that I mention it in every single look, but some people skip through looks so that they are confused as to what I'm saying. So I just repeat it all the time. If it annoys you, I'm really sorry. But like I always mention these things 11 times in my weekly videos, and then there's like 4 comments like, what is it? So yeah, this one I have as a blush. I think I said that. And for highlighter, I actually have this Winx highlighter from Colourpop. It's the highlighter sticks, and this one is in the shade Darcy. And it's like a light green shade that I thought would fit really nicely with this look. And then I kind of topped it a little bit with the back to the Hela palette with the double-sided, because I just wanted slightly more, like slightly more, yeah. And then for my lips, I have the Essence 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade Cinnamon Spice. And then two of the Auden's Eye and Angelica Nico's Halloween lipstick collection lipsticks. I have the matte one in the shade Swamp Fog, which is this kind of like brownie one. And then the glow version in the shade Radioactive, which is kind of just like a goldy lip gloss slash lip oil. So that's what I have on, and it's just like my favorite combo. And I felt like it looks really nice with this look. So let me zoom you out. Come on. Hello. Okay. So let me know what you think about this look, if you've enjoyed it. And if you want me to, because I definitely did not have time to film this for Instagram, so if you want me to like redo this, maybe I could like add some liner or some like fun stuff, let me know and I can definitely film that video for you. But I think otherwise that's everything for this look. Hi guys, welcome back to another makeup look. And today I also played with my BYOB with my like spring picture inspiration, and I was able to create 2 new bands today as well. So I'm so happy that I created a BYOB that actually allowed me to create 3 bands. I mean, look how beautiful it looks now. I just want to use my singles more. So let me tell you a little bit about what I used. I mixed my Chromebook and my depotted shade from the Merry Christmas palette, which is the shade Matcha Cookie from Merry Christmas, and from the Signature, kind of move things around. From the Signature, it's the shade Equerry. On my brows, I'm starting to see like a little bit of a dip in this shade, which is exciting. Then I have the Got2b Brow Gel, as always. Then I've used, again, I think I've used that yesterday as well, the Spectra paints, because these shades, a lot of them are from like Colourpop. Well, actually all of them except from the orange, that one is glistened. All of the matte shades are Colourpop, and I do like Colourpop formula, but for these more pastel tones, white base definitely helps. Like it's definitely way more vibrant than they are without that. So, you know. But if you want pastels to like blend more into your skin, obviously use a primer that is either clear or your skin tone. But if you want them to like really pop as pastels, and most people don't have white base naturally, use stuff like that. You can also use like white pencil if you have. Like NYX has the jumbo like pencils. Those work fine as well. And now for these shades, let me actually zoom you in. No, wrong side. Sorry. I can't see what I'm doing. So I started with this shade, which is called Pokemon Center from the Pokemon palette in the inner third. Then I have this shade, which is the shade Waterbending from the Legend of Korra in the center. Then I have this shade, which is called Sleep, and it's from this Tinkerbell palette, and I have that in the outer part and also on the lower lash line in the like end there. And I have this, which is the Pomerantza, I think that's how it's called, from Glam Shop, and it's from the Alter Ego palette, Depotted. And then on my lids, I used my NYX glitter primer. It's almost out. I'm glad I bought the shimmer primer from Cleonut with my singles, which I recently swatched and like hauled on my channel, but I haven't used them yet. But if you want to see the swatches, I will link that video down below. And then I have this shade, which is from the Legend of Korra, and it's called Endgame. I have that in the second half. And I have this shade, which we had panned on today, and it's called Star Sign. It's from Terra Moons, and I have that all over the lid. And then also the shade Charon, also from Terra Moons, in the inner corner, also hit pan. So yeah, in the span of like 3 weeks, I've been able to hit 3 pans on my Terra Moons shade, and these I've had for a while. The Star Sign was the first ever Terra Moons shade I bought, and that was like around the same time as The Legend of Korra came out. So that's what, like 2 years? Yeah, I think it's 2 years. So yeah, it was due to have a pan on there, and like I love this look. I just love looking like a pastel fairy. If I could look like this every single day, I would. I mean, I can look like this every single day. Sometimes I'm just too tired. But yeah, I would definitely look like this every single day because it's just so fun. And I think that's everything I use for eyeshadows. Then I have this Oden's Eye Salmon eyeliner in the shade 7 in my waterline. It's this pastel blue that I'm running out of. This is all I have left. I think I'm gonna finish most of my Oden's Eye, like the Salmon pencils this year. A lot of them I don't have because I've either used them up or they dried down. And I only have a couple, and I think I'm gonna be able to use them up this year. And then I use this Duo Lash Glue to attach these gems or like face jewels, and these ones are from Colourpop, and it's from the, I don't remember what collection this was. Marielle x Colourpop. It was like kind of like technical purple palette, like kind of pastel pinks, purples, blues, if I remember that correctly. And it was kind of like a technical theme, something like that, I think. But kind of like make it cute. And these were from that collection, if I remember that correctly. So I just have them around these little bubbles that I draw with my Holograve Moon Water activated liners, and this one is the Cemetery Sunset version, and I use the white one. It's just my favorite white in my collection. Also the Space Panda from Suva, but I don't know where that went. Like, I think I have it in one of my like acrylic drawers somewhere at the dorm somewhere. Anyways, I have concealer all over my hands because that's what I'm holding and that's what's leaking because I don't have the stopper there. Oh god, this is complicated. I have this Rimmel Kind & Free concealer in the shade Unfair. We're definitely low on product, but there's still something like on the actual wand, so I guess we'll still be able to use it this month. But that's what is on my under eyes. Then I have the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. This one we're definitely running low on. I think I've used it 50 times now, or we're like very close to that number. Oh, and then I have this NYX Professional Suede Matte Lip Liner Crayon in the shade Free Spirit. And I used Vaseline on my lips. Oh, and blush and highlighter. So blush, I actually used this Spring Magic palette because I forgot to take like my blush. I have orange blush here, which is the Franken blush that I have from my Oden's Eye Merry Christmas palette, but like the gingerbread shade. But obviously, like I felt like doing more like a pinky blush with this, like it's more cool toned. So I mixed Flourish with Blossom because Blossom is slightly like, it would be nice kind of like a bronzer that is blush based. But yeah, Blossom with Flourish, this one, mix them up together and it creates this beautiful like, peachy juicy cheeks. And then highlighter, I actually used my Project 20 Uses palette, which is this Beauty Moons Cosmetics Ice Maiden palette. I'm trying to like maybe finish the 20 uses on this one. I've used it like 7 times, 8 times maybe in the project, but I'm if I'm gonna focus on it for the remaining of the month, because we're still like in the half point, I'm gonna be able to. So I mixed these two lightest shades because these are the only ones that I can use as a face highlighter, and it's the Snowden and In Power. These two, because this one is slightly too dark for what I wanted today, but this one is too cool tone and too blue, so I just mixed them together. And I think it looks really pretty. Like, it is such a juicy, shiny cheek that I adore. So that's that one. And also I wanted to show you which one? This nail. Focus. I don't know if you will be able to see that. I hope you will. I used one of my Orly nail polishes. Like, it's like vibrant royal blue, and I used the shade Superior, which looks pink, but it looks like a mermaidy, like blue-green on the nail. And I just used it on this one nail, but I think I'm gonna do it for all of them at some point, or like most of them. Maybe I could do like a couple of them like just blue matte or like a cream, couple with this, and then like maybe like a soft gray or white with like a topper on it. I don't know, something like that. Sorry, my nails are ugly because I used eyeshadows on all of them, and usually they only last like 4 days for me, depending on the eyeshadows. Some eyeshadows work wonderful, like this. I have the Filting Time from Christmas from Christmas Eve. This one lasts wonderfully. Like, this one can last me a week, no problem, just on top of like a brown. Well, I think this one is on top of a brown. And yeah, a week, no problem, because it's slightly like more emollient. But some of these, like, or this one is the shade Jingle Bell from the Merry Christmas palette. They're kind of more like a really soft formula and slightly more emollient. That looks wonderful on the nails. A couple of the rest that I have are like more gritty and dry, and those don't really want to stay on the nails that well. So just in case you like to use eyeshadows on your nails, because I've been trying to like use a couple of my depotted shades from the Christmas palette that I'm trying to finish this year on my nail, just like once in a while, you know, to get a use in there. And yeah, I'm rambling. So let me know what you think about this look. Like, I could wear this every single day and I'd die happy. I just always feel so pretty whenever I do something like this. And it just makes me so happy to look in the mirror. I remember when I was young and I hated looking at myself in the mirror, because I hated the way that I look. And now I'm just like, look at these eyeshadows. This is so pretty. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in a second with another look. Hey guys, so here's another look, and today I kind of combined a couple different projects and a couple different things in my collection. Let me actually start with brows. I decided to use my Project 20 Uses palette, which is the Avatar The Last Airbender Earth palette from Little Cosmetics, and I've used the shade Omashu in my brows, as well as the Mio Makeup Frogstyle palette, and I mixed it with the shade Crystal. Is it Crystal? Yeah, Crystal. I've done that 2 times now. I actually haven't filmed my look for yesterday, but that's also what I kind of used that for, and it's a really nice brow shade. Let me actually zoom you in. And obviously I used my Got2b brow gel. I've been really scraping today, so I just hope that it's like getting to the bottom, but I always say that and it never really works. Then I have this ColourPop shadow sticks in the shade Hey Boo, I think that's how it's called. It's this white jumbo pencil that I've used as an eyeshadow primer. And let me see. Yeah, Hey Boo, that's the shade. It's like white text on a clear sticker that's on the white packaging, so you know, it's kind of hard to see. And then I combined my Project Level Up palette, which I've filmed a video and uploaded it. I think it's like a week ago for you because yeah, it should be a week ago for you, or like a couple days ago. So I will link that down below, hopefully, or in the little card. And that was the Shall We Makeup Liana palette that I wanted to use, and I used one of the shades. But first up, I used my repressed eyeshadow from the Merry Christmas palette from Odin's Eye, and that is the shade Matcha Cookie. This one, it's getting like really I'm trying to like really use it up this month. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but I've been using it every single day. I've been trying to come up with different like combinations to be able to use it every single day, and I think I'm gonna continue with that because there's currently state exams that I'm like one of the teachers there, and so like I don't want to use, or like I don't want to wear like too crazy makeup, obviously, and I don't have time because I have to be at work pretty early, but I still want like something, and I want to use these shades up. So yeah, this is my Project Pan palette. It's also my Pando's eyeshadows, and I'm just really trying to go through that. So that's the Matcha Cookie, and I also use a shade right next to it. You can see there's very little of it. It's called Best Wish, and I'm definitely gonna be able to use this one up by the end of the month. I don't think it's gonna take me more than 5 uses because it is literally just like a millimeter of like a teeny tiny layer all around the borders, and that's all that I have. So, and I kind of use a lot of this shade because it's a really nice shade. Then I also used my palette Crush of the Month, which is a palette that I use every single day for a month, and it's the TT Signature Chromebook Volume 2, and I use the shade Paramount on the second half of the lid as a shimmer with the NYX Glitter Primer. So that's on my lid. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I have this Christmas tree, I think that's how it's called, shade also from the Merry Christmas in the outer part, just to deepen it up slightly. It's not very visible. I don't think you can even see that in this look. I just wanted like slightly more depth and to get some use of this eyeshadow because I would really like to get rid of the Merry Christmas palette in the next like couple months. So yeah, that was the Chromebook, and then the other shimmer that I'm wearing today is the Shall We Make Up Liana palette and the Silvery Snake. This one, which I've been able to hit a pan on. I didn't actually think I'm gonna, but I did. So, and oh, I forgot to mention I have a pink here because again I'm trying to mix the green with as many different colors as I can to like use it up. And I've used another Project 20 Uses palette, and it's the Ice Maiden palette by Beauty Moon Cosmetics. I've been kind of focusing on this one lately because I would like to roll it out of the project. So I used the shade Empress, sorry. I can't read. So this like very vibrant pink. And that's why I used the white stick from Colourpop because I wanted to make it like really pop. Then I have the Panorama Volume Million Lashes from L'Oreal, and this is in the shade Black. So yeah, I've been trying this one. This is my second day of using it, and it's not bad. I don't know what I think about it yet. I have to kind of use a couple more times, and usually mascaras rarely work for me in the first like in the first week because it's just kind of, it's usually a little bit too watery, and you need that little like, you need the formula to dry down a little bit in the packaging. Then I have this twin waterline pencil, and I've used darker part, this like deep forest green. Then I have my Rimmel Candid Free Concealer in the shade Tan Fair. I have my Revolution Fast Base Blush in the shade Peach. I've been kind of trying to use it more lately. Then I have, oh, for my highlighter, I've used the Unearthly Spring Magic palette. I've been kind of really enjoying this one for blushes and highlighters lately. And I've used the shade Sunshine because it's been like cloudy and rainy all day, so I just wanted to use something to like cheer me up. So Sunshine it was. And for my lips, I have the NYX Professional Makeup Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Free Spirit. It's like a very neutral, basic lip liner. And then this Odin's Eye and Angelica Nyquist Halloween lipstick collection Halloween lipstick, sorry. And this is the matte one in the shade Shadow Creatures. It's kind of like reddish one. Because it's my project pan. Okay, and I think that is everything on my face. I can't remember anything else, so I think that's it. Let me know what you think about this look. I think it's fun. And slightly different than what I normally do. I really love that silver shade from the Liana palette. I don't know why, but I haven't really been into it when I got this palette, or like I wasn't that into it. But lately I've been just like really enjoying these shades. I also been like slightly more into like cool tone greens instead of warm tone greens, because I feel like it's just such a nice juxtaposition to like what I normally wear. So yeah, it's just been like really fun. What I've been wearing today. I've been wearing the matcha cookie shade from the Merry Christmas palette by Woodlands Eye. I've been like really going at this shade, and I hope I'm gonna be able to finish it soon. I am getting slightly not like tired, but I just, you know, I like a lot of variety, and it just I wouldn't mind using other main color, but I'm just determined to like use it up and have some kind of progress. And what I've been using in the past 2 or 3 days, I think, has been a white base for the eyeshadows, because I've been trying to use like pastel-y shades in the inner part, and usually pastels of different color that is green. And I've actually been using this Colourpop shadow sticks in white. It's called Hey Boo, and it's like a jumbo eye pencil. Because this one is very creamy and it actually acts like a really nice primer. So just to let you know, but I will also use just a normal primer. I feel like it just pops slightly more and it doesn't get too muddy. Like sometimes if I want to blend the matcha cookie shade with other shades, it can get slightly muddy on the edges. And it can be slightly harder to blend, but if you have the white base, like it just makes it slightly more poppy and not too hard to blend, if that makes sense. So as I said, I have this shade called Matcha Cookie all over the like second half of the lid, and then just under the brows, because there was a lot of white, I used this shade, which is called Best Wish from the same palette. And as you can see, that one is almost done. So that's kind of the main matte shades. And then I wanted to do yellow. I actually wore a similar look a couple days ago, but I decided to use the Soul 2 palette by Woodlands Eye, that like the one that is from 2 years ago, that like colorful rainbow palette. And the yellow there is kind of more like orangey yellow, and it looked very orange with like next to this shade. So today I decided to use the Little Ghost palette by Woodlands Eye. This is the collaboration with Angelica Nikos. It's from their Halloween collection 2 years ago, well, year and something. And I used the shade Banana Taffy, because that one is like very vibrant neon yellow, and it's like a little bit more cooler tone. Let me actually zoom in. Come on. So this is the look. And yeah, I have this little yellow in the inner corner. Then I have my Little Cosmetics Avatar The Last Airbender palette. This is the Earth version. It's my project one to use this palette, so that's why I used it. And I really wanted to use this shade. I know it's kind of similar to the shade from the Merry Christmas palette, the Christmas tree, but this one is just slightly nicer to blend over it. And it just has like nicer pigmentation. So I have that in the outer corner. Then I just used my NYX glitter primer, and then on my eyes I just used my Pendos eyeshadows, which one of them is this Franken shade. It's called Neverland from Colourpop's Tinkerbell palette, and it's Frankened with the Ice Crystal. Let me actually see. I think it's called Ice Crystal from the Snowflake, sorry. Snowflake from the Christmas Eve palette by Woodlands Eye. So this is a Franken shade. I'm trying to use it up. Again, I've been like really focusing on this one. And then another shade, obviously, to match the yellow in the inner part is this yellow, and it's also from the Christmas Eve palette by Woodlands Eye, and it's called Snow Light. So, you know, since they're my Pendos eyeshadows and also they're in a palette they are from palettes that I'm trying to use up this year, I decided to just like work on them in one look to hopefully get some like really nice progress, and the yellow shimmer is definitely getting some progress. And then for the rest of the eye, did I mention that I have NYX Glitter Primer? I always use that with shimmers, but you should already know that. And then I just use the Beauty Moons Cosmetics Ice Maiden palette for the shade Fever, which is a matte black, as a eyeliner, because it was the first palette that was near to me that had a black eyeshadow in there. So that's the Ice Maiden palette. And I just have my Revolution Streamline eyeliner in the shade Yellow. This one is such a beautiful neon yellow, and it corresponds wonderfully with that matte banana taffy shade. I just love this, and I have so little of it. Like, yellow waterline pencil is my most used color of waterline pencils. Like, I don't know how I could do makeup without this. Seriously, like, I really couldn't. And then I just have the Panorama Lush, how is it called? Just the Panorama mascara from L'Oreal. It's like the volume something, this one, in the shade black. So that's for the eye look. And then for the rest of my face. So I forgot to mention my brows. In my brows, I actually have the Earth palette, the shade Amashu. I don't know why, but lately I've just been really loving the way it looks. And Amashu and... oh, and I mixed that with the shade Crystal. This one from the Frog's Tale palette by Mio Makeup. By the way, I forgot to mention that I also have the shade Superior, this multi-chrome, from the DD Signature Chromebook Volume 2 in my inner corners. I just completely forgot that. In my brows is the Got2b Brow Gel. Then I have my Rimmel Kind Free Concealer in the shade Tan Fair. It's nearly done, finally. Then I have this Franken blush, which is the shade Gingerbread from Merry Christmas, from Odin's Eye, together with the Essence All About Matte eyeshadow. All About Matte setting powder. And then I have this Beauty Bay Mini Charms palette as my highlighter on the face, and I've used this shade down there, which is called Pluto, and it's actually frankened with the yellow shade called Snow Light that I have on my lids. I used a little bit of that to franken this shade because this shade shattered for me one day when I was kind of like traveling, and most of the shade fell out. So to have like a little bit of product in the pan, because otherwise it would make no sense to repress it. There was like very little of that shade left. I decided to franken it with this yellow shimmer, and it actually creates like a beautiful goldy neutral highlighter for the face. I just thought that could be like a really nice way to help to use up the yellow shimmer. And I think it's gonna be a really quick ride because there's like, it might look like the pan is full, and it is, but it's just like a teeny tiny layer. So, and especially if I'm gonna use it on my face, that will go so quickly. Then I have my Essence and Aromat Comfort Lip Liner in the shade Cinnamon Spice. This beautiful, I know I use it all the time, but I just love it. So, you know, like if you find a nice combination, you just need to use it. And then I have this Project Pan lipstick. This is the Odin's Eye and Angelica Nico's Halloween lipstick, and it's the matte one in the shade Swamp Fog. It's this warm, kind of bricky shade. So yeah, that's kind of the whole look. Let me know what you think about this one. And today I decided to kind of mix greens with purples, which is one of my like favorite color combinations. It's just so Halloweeny and so fun and so interesting. I created this little 9-pan BYOP based off of a picture. I've been trying to do these like spring flowers inspired BYOPs, and this is one of them. I don't think it's on my Instagram yet, but it will be soon, hopefully. And let me show you everything that I've used. So my brows are a mixture of my matcha cookie shade from the Merry Christmas palette by Woden's Eye, and the Aquari shade from the Chromebook Volume 2 by DD Signature. And I have my got2b brow gel. And then I have it on the table, but I'm not gonna get up, but it's the Wet n Wild Mega Last Eyeshadow Primer on my eyes. And then I used this purple shade. Let me actually zoom you in. Yeah, so I used this purple shade, which I think is from the Feality palette by Glam Shop. Then I kind of soften it out with this shade over here under the brow bone, and this one I think is Friendly from Colourpop. It's their single. And then I have this shade, which is also from Colourpop, and I believe it's from the... I think this one is from the Pokemon palette, but it also could be Legend of Korra. I think it's Pokemon though. So I kind of blended it out in the inner part. Then I used this Spectral Paints white base from Glisten, and I used this shade, which is from Glam Shop. I think it's from the Alter Ego palette, and I don't remember how it's called, but I will pop it on the screen. And I have that in the cut crease part and also on the lower lash line, and here on the lower lash line is the shade Friendly from Colourpop again. So that's for the mattes. And then I used my NYX glitter primer, and I have this shade, which is actually from my Panda palette. It's a mixture of the shade Wonderful and Night Sky or something like... no, Blue Sky from Christmas Eve palette by Woden's Eye. So I have it in the outer part of the lid. Then I soften it up with this Makeup Beauty Shop shade. I don't remember the name, but let me try to take it out. It's a new shade for me. It's called Medusa, and it is gorgeous. It's like blue, purple, green. It has everything. It is over here, and it is just so extremely beautiful. Then I have this shade, which is called Serpents. I believe it's from Terra Moons, and it's in this inner part. Then in my inner corner, I have this shade from Makeup Beauty Shop, and I think this one is like Strawberry Kiss. I think that's how it was called. Yeah, Strawberry Kiss. I remember them. I have the last shade, which is this one. This one is from Touch of Glam Beauty. It's one of my new shades from them. Well, I only own 4 shades from them, and that I bought recently. And this one is one of their hollow shades. Let me try to take it out of the packaging, but I think this one will be really hard. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to take it out, but it's one of their hollow, and I will put it on the screen how it's called. I actually used that one on the lower lash line, slightly over here, and then also on my lips, together with this lipstick from Cosmic Beauty. And this one is one of their, how are they called, like velvet lipsticks, and this one is called Nancy. It's from the Sinister box collection. It's like really deep, kind of like berry burgundy shade. And as I said, I used the hollow over that, and it's a really interesting combination. I don't think it really fits this look, but whatever, I just wanted to try it. Then I have this Revolution Fast Base Blush in the shade Peach. Oh, I also have my Panorama mascara from L'Oreal. I have this Aglow Colourpop pencil in the waterline. I have the Rimmel Content Free Concealer in the shade 10 Fair. And then on my cheeks as a highlighter, I use the Beauty Moon Cosmetics Ice Maiden palette, and I mixed the shade Snowed In with the shade Empower. So these two to create this beautiful kind of pinky highlight on the face. And that's it for this little BYOP. I have it in this Shrub palette because just A, it fits the color story, and also it's a 9-pan. But yeah, let me know what you think about this look and what you think about it. It's just like, oh, so pretty. I love this combination and the sparkle on these. Like nothing beats Makeup Beauty Shop. It's just such a gorgeous formula. I'm definitely gonna take some close-up pictures as well, so maybe I'll pop them on the screen. But yeah, this is one of my favorite combos with green, and especially like this green is just so pretty. It's such a nice springy green. Hey guys, welcome back to the last look of the video. Surprisingly, today I'm also wearing green, as I assume was in the other videos, unless I just compiled like a couple different miscellaneous. But I've been really working on my Pendos Eyeshadows shade, and I've been trying to use it up because that's the goal for this particular Pendos Eyeshadows. So yeah, I've been working on a lot of greens. I still love them, but it's just been kind of exhausting. Anyways, I'm really happy with this look actually. Like I got my couple different products and I think it's really cute. I actually did something similar yesterday, but instead of purple, which I don't even know if it looks purple, but yesterday I used bright like icy blue here and now I used purple, and I don't know if it's that much of a difference, but I still like it. But what I used, so for my brows, I used this green, which is the matcha cookie shade from the the matcha cookie shade from the Merry Christmas palette by Odin's Eye, and I mixed that with my another Project Pen palette, and that's the Somana 2 by Odin's Eye, and I mixed it with the shade Galaxy to create a brown. So that's like a tip in case you have a lot of colorful shades and you want to use them up, but you wear mostly neutrals. This is how I can achieve that. Then I have my Got2b Brow Gel, which I think is definitely my last day because I can't get any more gel out. Yeah, I can't get any more gel out, so it's my last day using this. Then as a eye primer, I use this ColourPop Shadow Sticks in the shade Hey Boo. I've been lately using it a lot with these particular shades because the green one, it's starting to get a little bit more like, I don't know, like it's slightly more swampy than it used to be and slightly more just it's a lot more brown, I would say now. And to make it the same color that I remember it to be and the way that it looks in the pan, I've been using this white pencil as a eye primer. And now let me actually zoom you in. Yeah, I think you can see me. So I used from the Salmona, I used the shade Dream in the inner third on the top lid and the lower lash line. Then the rest of the crease is the matcha cookie shade. I have that everywhere that I could. I really tried to pile it on to like use it up. There's still product, but it's not gonna take that long. A lot of the product disappeared today, and I think it's just because it's just like a really tiny layer, and if you really like cover your entire eye, it goes really quickly. And then I also have this shade which is called Best Wish. It's also from the Merry Christmas palette, and I have it kind of like softening up the edges of the previous shade. Oh, and then I also have my Chromebook Volume 2 by DD Signature, which is my palette crush of the month, and I use the shade Pierce. I'm not sure if that's how I pronounce it, but this deep or like deeper green in the outer part, just like slightly to add a little bit more depth. And then I have my NYX glitter primer, and on my eyes, let me think about it. Oh yeah, I know, I have this beauty, everything keeps falling for me. I have the Beauty Bay Mini Charms palette, and I've used the shade Eclipse, which is this one. I've used that in the outer third of my lid because this is my Pendos eyeshadows, and I have a bit of a dip now, so that's pretty exciting. And then from the Chromebook. I have the shade My Lady. This one. Kind of everywhere. I just decided to like really cover the lid, and the previous shade kind of adds as like serves as a little bit of like a deeper base for it. And I'm really enjoying these shimmers from the Chromebook Volume 2. And then back to the Solmane, I used the shade Starry Sky in the inner corners. I still don't understand how I don't have a pen because I've used it so many times, but I think it's just kind of, it's a strange shade. It's kind of hard penny at this point, so there's some fluff inside, and I don't know if it's like just fluff because I've had this palette for a while, or if it's mold, but I assume it's fluff. But yeah, it's a beautiful shade. I kind of swatched it for it because I don't know, when you swatch it, it's really pretty, but when you try to use it, it's kind of dry and chunky and strange. That's why it's my Project Pan palette, because I just feel like the quality isn't as amazing as it used to be. Then for the rest of the eye look, I have the Colourpop cream gel liner in the shade Amethyst Hour, if I remember that correctly. And I have my Panorama mascara from L'Oreal. I have the Rimmel Kind and Free concealer. I don't know if I should use it because on the applicator I found like kind of like a ball of fluff, and I'm not completely sure if it's like dirt, which that seems weird because I don't know how it get there, or if it's mold. It doesn't smell bad, and I haven't really found any other particles. But yeah, I'll look into it tomorrow, and if I'll find something else there, I'm gonna stop using it because I'm kind of confused as to what it was. And yeah, so I'm just letting you know. But I've already used it so many times, and I've took the stopper out like 2 weeks ago, and I don't really like, this is so lightweight. Ever since I took the stopper, obviously it was a lot lighter then, but now it genuinely feels like nothing. So I don't know if it's worth to try to use it for like 2 more weeks or like max. I don't think it has more uses than that. If there's a possibility that there's mold inside. So I think I'm just gonna like stop using it because I'm just not really comfortable right now with using that. And then I have this Hydra liner. This one is from Suva. It's called Space Panda. It's like a matte white water activated liner. I don't know where the cap is from this. Actually, I think I lost it last time I used it because today when I picked it up from my stash, it was without the lid. So I think I've lost the lid somewhere. You can't get this anymore, at least as far as I know, because I think Suva closed down and I don't think they reopened. But the Space Panda is a wonderful white liner. You can also use Glisten. Glisten has beautiful liners as well, but I just, you know, I just realized that I actually do own this and I wanted to use it out of nostalgia. So that's for the liner, and I have it over here, and then slightly in the first like little part. I feel like it's such a nice like little effect. I don't know how well you can see that, but I think it's a nice effect. And then I have this lip pencil. This one is in the shade Cinnamon Spice, and it's the 8-hour comfort lip liner. How is it called? Essence 8-hour matte comfort lip liner. I use these every single day. It's just different shades, but I use them every single day pretty much. And they are called the same, and I still never really know how is this called. I swear I have like dementia or something. Then I have this Udens Eye in collaboration with Angelica Nyquist, the Halloween lipstick, and this one is the matte one in the shade Swamp Fog. It's this like brownie bricky one. For a blush, I used my Franken blush, and it's this one. This one is from the shade Gingerbread, which is from the Merry Christmas palette by Udens Eye, together with my Essence All About Matte setting powder. And I also used a little bit of this, which is combination of this shade called Softly from Christmas Eve, and the same setting powder as previously, and I have that as like a bronzer, just like slightly on the edges. I'm not very used to seeing myself with bronzer, and I still feel kind of strange, but since I wasn't really going anywhere, I actually used the bronzer after I went out to like go grocery shopping and stuff like that. So I literally only worn it here inside of my room because I'm just, I don't know, I feel slightly strange wearing bronzer outside. And then I have this, which is a Franken shade of the shade Pluto, I believe. Let me find it. Yeah, it's Pluto from the Mini Charms palette, together with my Snow Light shade from the Christmas Eve palette. I have like, there was very little of this product left in the pan because I dropped it and a lot of the pan shattered. So I had just like in the corners a little bit of the shade Pluto, and then I used a little bit of the shade Snow Light to mix it, and it looks kind of dark. It's actually slightly like goldy neutral highlighter. So yeah, I think you can see like it's a really nice highlighter, so I'm just using this shade because there's not a lot of it. It's super small pan, so I just felt like, you know, I want to see some kind of progress in this project pan palette, so I decided to just do that. And yeah, that's it. So let me know what you think about this look. And if I remember correctly, this should be the last look in this collection, so let me know which look was your favorite. I hope I haven't like completely bored you with all the greens, but hopefully this gave you some kind of inspiration as to how you can use them. And in case there are other colors in this collection, which I really hope that I have a couple of looks that are different, because I don't really want to show you like 11 different versions of a green look, um, then hopefully you'll enjoy them. So have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll be super happy to see you tomorrow with another video. So bye!